So the consolidation really good. Look at that. Good speed, very low drop off. So that will be great. Hello everyone, Trigan here, and we are playing Railroads. Very old game. It's been a difficult day of trying to get recordings done. So, I think Eek actually suggested this one time before about doing recording of this game here. And, I don't know, I thought this is probably not something people would be interested in, but a lot of people watched the Planet Base video I did a week and a half ago. I mean, enough that, you know, I've been thinking about doing a series on Planet Base. So I thought I would go ahead and give this a try. I actually just spent a couple hours blowing off my frustrations with the day on another game. I thought, okay, I'm chilled out now, so let's try something else and try to get a recording done for you guys today. So this is a very fun game. It's definitely missing some things that I would like, but it's still pretty good. I don't know why they haven't done another game in the series in years, however many years it's been since this came out, but we're going to go ahead and start with the first scenario they got here, the Southwest United States. Well, let's see. I normally... This is normally how I play. I normally just play to challenge myself to build game table. I don't normally have any AI players, and so I won't do any AI players today. Maybe we will in a later one. Difficulty, I normally have at max. Routing difficulty, I have on easy. I would actually much prefer hard, especially if I'm playing against AI players. I'd rather go with hard because they can't handle it. But the AI for the train engineers is so stupid. I just get frustrated with, you know, you lay down a track and, okay, I place you on this track. This is where you're supposed to go. Why did you just switch to a different track? So I find it easier on my nerves just to do the easy routing. And that way, when they get stupid, it doesn't matter. So, alright, Southwest United States. This scenario covers the Southwest United States, including Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Diego, and Phoenix. It's an extremely easy scenario suitable for beginners, which I'm not, but it's still a lot of fun. Now, the way this game's set up, you get different wind conditions for each time period, and in some cases, at the difficulty we're at, which means we start out with less money and less stock in our company. But sometimes you just can't complete them. There's a couple scenarios that it's just not possible at all to complete them at this difficulty level because you don't start out with enough money or shares. Ooh, this is going to be a tough place to start out, though. And saying that it's an easy scenario, it's in a way they're all sort of easy scenarios, but it's always hard to start out someplace where you don't have passengers. Villages do not accept or produce passengers or mail. And that's always the best way to get started is by running passengers and mail. But we can't do that here. And since we're in a very difficult setting, that means that our resources to start off with are going to be very limited. Now, thankfully, you can see the one industry we have here is oil refining, and we actually have oil wells right over here. So, with a little luck, we can set these guys up so that we're picking up oil here, and then maybe we can get it through the mountains here over to Las Vegas, which is one of the places we need to get to for our wind conditions in the first time period. So I think I started to say there are wind conditions for each time period. Wait a minute. And you know, the more wind conditions you meet, the higher your score is going to be in the end. Okay, so I'm going to sell some of our stock because we did not start with much cash. We started with 200, I just sold stock and doubled how much we had to start with. And this stuff's expensive. Now I've got time set to slow until we get things built. So I'm just gonna run this track over here. You can only add track to existing tracks. You cannot create tracks anyplace you don't already have some. Alright, and then I want to buy this refinery. Not necessary, and probably not the smartest thing right off, but the price to buy an industry is going to go up as you feed resources to that industry. As the industry becomes more expensive, of course, buying it's going to be more expensive. So I like to buy them first off. It gives you a bit of a boost in your income. Whether or not that's really helpful at the beginning of the game is debatable, as probably isn't good to do, but it's the way I like doing it. Okay, so that industry is just about purchased. Right now, we have access to only these guys. The grasshopper, next to useless. They're totally useless. The Norris, next to useless. And the American, which is but hey, it'll work. You'll notice here, I should get back to this. This shows you how well they tow cars, how well they pull cars, based on the number of cars. So mail, you can see, is the fastest, and this train will keep its top speed up to about 3 cars of mail. Keep its top speed up to about 2 cars of passengers. That's the orange line, and only about 1 car of everything else. But what I'm probably going to do is try to run 4 cars, which should put us, right around here somewhere. We'll be in the high 20s. So 4 cars of oil. You've got the name of the engine. 440 is the number of wheels it has. So it's 4 little in the front, 4 drive wheels, and 0 wheels behind the cab, or under the cab, I should say. Engine cost $84,000. Maintenance is $2,800. Maximum speed 50 miles an hour. Preferred cargo is passengers. So it means passengers will like running on this train better. I think it means you'll get more passengers that way. Or maybe more money for the passengers. That would actually make more sense. If it's freight, then usually the freight doesn't have as high a top speed, but it'll be a flatter curve, so you won't lose so much speed. Okay, so we're going to start off here at the oil wells we just put the station at. 4 cars of oil, and we are going to run them to Bishop. And now we'll set it up to normal speed. Oh, and I'm going to change the color because I dislike this ugly purple. After this, we'll just let the trains be whatever the default color is for that locomotive. Alright, so this is our only source of income right now. Let's look around and see what else we've got. Now, our wind conditions, it's right here. So, we have 48 years to connect Phoenix, Flagstaff, and Las Vegas. And to ship 5 carloads of gold to a destination that accepts them. That's going to be... if a city will take them, I think it's only a metropolis. Only a metropolis that can take that, like Los Angeles. It's not really hard to do. 1899, we've got 47 years now. Not that hard to do. I very rarely fail in this. Sometimes you can't get a good starting position and you do fail at them, but what are you going to do? So this is our trains list. We only have the one. We can list them by how much money they're making, how much they cost in maintenance, or how much time they're spending waiting for other trains or to load or whatever. We got our finances right here, and the competition report, which we have none, but it lets us see our stocks. And I always sell all the stocks off at this difficulty level to get us starting cash, especially in some place like this. You really have to. Okay, so let's see here. Now he's got a winery and there's grapes right there, so that would be good. We could get into that. We would have to run a track down there to him. There's another winery right here. That could work well, and there's grain there too for him. Like to get the oil run over here, but that's a long ways to go. And now there's a locomotive. Now that's a freight locomotive. Sorry, I'm so used to just clicking away on those and not paying attention to them, because I know them all really well. You can see this one here. We'll compare it to the previous one. You see, it doesn't have a higher top speed, but it does not lose speed nearly so fast. You can also just look at it, I mean, assuming these are more or less scale, and I know some of them are way out of scale, but assuming that they are, then you can see it's a lot bigger engine. But $84,000, 3,500 maintenance, top speed 50, preferred cargo freight. This is not a bad freight. This is the first one here in the US that I consider a decent freight engine. Well, I guess it's really the first freight engine, period, isn't it? But it's the first one that seems more like, you know, well, late 19th, early 20th century sort of locomotive. Okay. So let's see, how much would it cost us to run this track all the way over here? You don't have to actually build it to find out how much it's going to cost. It's going to cost us, what is that? 500,000? 600,000? I think that's a little over $600,000. Okay. Cornmeal prices on the rise. So if we were doing grain, we'd be making some extra bucks right now. It does make it very tempting to do the grain. Alright, let's do this. Oh. Darn, that's not... I didn't get my angle quite right there. Do I want to redo that? I think I can redo part of it. Get rid of that little section there. I keep it more or less straight. Not only do I like it looking neat, but I like it to... I like the trains to keep their speed well. And to do that, you gotta have decent curves. Okay, so we've run out of... Whoops, we've run out of money again. Let's go ahead and sell this off. There we go. And we'll put a station here. Now, can't afford the food plant yet. Let's go ahead and put this in. Now, I'm trying to decide now, the way I've got this set up, I could very easily, we can pick up grain, bring it here, make food from the grain, and then bring it back up here. Once this village has grown into a town, then it'll accept food. Right now, it won't accept food at all. But I would like to purchase this thing if I can before the food plant here, before getting a locomotive. Now, locomotives are the one thing that you can purchase on credit. You can go into debt purchasing a locomotive. Oh, I have this on high speed, don't I? Normally I don't run it on high speed, but I suppose it's a lot of wait time to force you guys to sit through, so we'll leave it on there for now. What we're mainly going to have to do is make some money. How are we doing on stuff here? Down to 36 years. Is that enough money for it? Hey, the price went down. Good, it went down to 90,000. Hey, go ahead and start hauling this. Okay. Now, this sort of stuff doesn't make us a lot of money. It doesn't help build up the cities. That's one thing I find annoying and strange about this game, is that any city that you start running industries into is going to grow. Anyone that you ignore is going to shrink. No matter what. And that's silly. I mean, just because I have trains going to some place dropping stuff off, there's no reason they should all grow to metropolises. Metropoli? Okay, you see we're out of debt already. Now we know we're going to have to earn nearly $750,000 in order to get to Las Vegas. So that's going to be tough as we are right now. As I say, it sucks when you don't have a passenger train there. We'll look at that one later. It sucks when you don't have a town or something to start off with. And this one has a lot, especially if you start up on this side, it's all villages. Tehachapi is a village, Bishop is a village, Barstow is a village, Bullhead City, unlike the name, is actually a village. Lythe is a village. You see, everything here is a village. Everything elsewhere on the map is at least a town or better. And we set a speed record with this train, I think. Yep. We are making some cash. I wish if this place would grow into a town, that would solve so many of our problems. In the meantime, all we can really do is just keep saving money. Oh, I forgot to ask. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well today. Good to see some people back from their trips. I enjoy hearing from you guys. I really do. I enjoy the fact that I'm making something that is entertaining somebody. That, to me... Oh, there we go. That, to me, is as important as having fun playing the game itself. So Bishop is now a town. So let's go ahead and start this guy delivering food to Bishop. And you see, you get the little black outlines here. That means that it's one you can reach that accepts your cargo. So we'll have it bring nothing back. And there we go. Actually, wouldn't mind setting that on a separate track right now, but... You know what? We can afford to do that. We've got the money for it. That way the two trains won't be interfering with one another. There. Okay, cool. So each one has their own track at the station. Oh, excuse me a sec. Sorry about that. Wanted to top up my coffee. Well, all we're doing is watching this thing go at the moment anyways. Maybe I should trim some of this out when I get to doing my editing. Ooh, is this our first food train or second one? I think it's our first. We gotta make some decent money off from that. Oh yeah, look at that. 280,000. That puts us about a third of the way to what we need to bring this one to Las Vegas. Once we get this one to Las Vegas, Bishop will really start growing because it'll be receiving food from Tehachapi's food plant, and it'll be producing goods from the oil and delivering them to Las Vegas. Yeah, it seems like these games really aren't very popular anymore, this kind of game. I really enjoy games where you can sit back and chill. I mean, I like the exciting games too, but sometimes it's just nice to be able to just sit back, drink your coffee, chat with somebody, relax, have some fun, you know. Especially... You know, if you're really, you know, tense, sometimes it's great to get in there and do a first-person shooter or something like that, something where you're really blowing off a lot of steam, and then sometimes you're just tired. and you just want to sit back and do something that's calming and, you know, lets your brain work without causing interference. Oh, now this is a town too. Man, if we really need to get passenger service going between these guys. That will be the next thing that would really help both of them grow. Do we still have this on high speed? No, we don't. Durr. I'm sitting here slowly watching this go by. Okay, we got our food train coming up. Excellent. Almost enough money now to extend that track onto Las Vegas. So we got Tehachapi as a town now, Bishop as a town. Once we connect Bishop to Las Vegas and start delivering those goods, Bishop will grow into a city pretty quickly. And I think the next thing we really want to do, how are we doing on our time? 23 years left. Where is gold? We got to find gold ore. And figure out where we can get some gold going, because that's our other win condition for this. Once we have the money coming in, it won't take long to get the tracks put in. There's some gold right there. There's a smelter. Oh, we have some gold right here. That's excellent. So actually, and there's a smelter here in Los Angeles, so we could actually, and this is a big mine, look at that. This is 12 ore already, so we could actually pull ore from here, take it to Los Angeles, convert it to gold bullion, and deliver it to San Diego. So that would be a nice little profitable track to take there. So what does Barstow want? I want to do wine or oil, either one. Well, here's this right here. We could definitely do wine. The hardest thing with this... Oh, here we got our... Let's slow this. We got our money for our track there. I almost hate to spend the money here knowing we need to get to the other place, but we need to get to here too. We need to get to... we need to get to Las Vegas. That's one of our primary goals, so... For this time period, at least. There we go. And I think I'm going to spend a little bit of... Hello. Oh. Spend a little bit of cash and upgrade the depot to a station. You got 3 types of stations. You've got the depot, which is your simplest. Then your station is the mid-range, and your terminal is the biggest. And you always start with a terminal. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do here. Oh, clear. There we go. And then we will go ahead and upgrade this. Not to that train. That train. There we go. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and speed it back up. So that shot all our money. Oh, and that train comes out right afterwards. The consolidation is really good. That would have been so much better. If only that had been like a month earlier or whatever. We would have had it. The profits on this train are pretty good right now. 230,000. 16 years old. We'll give it at least another 5 years before we replace it. I'd like to get passenger service going on those, but I was trying to... It seems like it would be more cost-effective to get other stuff going, but maybe we should. We want to get some profit going. I mean, we've got good profit going now because we've got 2 trains delivering goods. So we're delivering raw materials, we're getting the profit from processing the raw materials, and then we're also delivering those the completed goods from those. This is what I mean. You can just sort of sit back and chill. If you buy the patents, you get a 10... Oh, see, there we go, city. You get a 10-year exclusive deal on the patent. So if we were playing multiplayer, we'd be the only person getting the bonus from that. After 10 years, I believe it becomes... everyone gets the bonus. So yeah, we got a city there now. I am going to put another track in here. We're going to do this. So you can do the double track, which just attaches the track so it runs right alongside your first one. So that's what we're going to do there. So now we can go ahead and... Actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. Yeah, I'll do that anyways. So I haven't connected it here. Okay, so now we have a second track there. Not necessary, especially when you're doing easy routing, but I like having things nice and neat. Now I'm going to run this track down here. There we go. And then we'll add a second one here. Up here. There we go. Now we have a track that runs the whole direction. So we will... So the consolidation really good. Look at that. Good speed, very low drop off. So that will be great. But we're going to run a passenger one because we want better passenger revenue. We're going to take that and we are going to load this guy up. Oops, all the way. Now, so the max speed is going to be 33 miles an hour, which is fine. For this time period. If for some reason you got the really early locomotives that don't haul a lot, or if you want, for some reason, you want the train to be running real fast, you can assign fewer cars to it. But in this case, we want just revenue, and we, don't care. Any speed that it can get is fine with us. So there we go. So now we have a passenger service running from Las Vegas to Bishop to Tehachapi, which is going to help all of these towns grow, and we're going to take Tehachapi up to a full-sized station. Now this will give us more passengers and mail. At least that's what I've read. I can't really verify it. I haven't done math on it or anything. But it also allows the trains to load faster, load and unload faster. Okay. Now, what I would like to do next, how are we doing on time? Oh, 10 years remaining. Oof. Okay. Well, first off, we are running out of time for the video, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this here, and we'll continue this in the next video. And well, we're really short on time, man. This really went by. I'm not used to running it at high speed, and I think that's probably part of what's caused me grief. But also, it's where we started, so we're running short on that. But if you liked the video, please tickle that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.